Mortar Academy is a sponsored event. So Vision Galveston really does try to make sure that these programs are accessible and there's no obstacle for cost or anything like that.
This is Jim Bratton Podcast. You may enjoy some, or all, or none. Now, here's Jim.
This is the Jim Bratton Podcast. Wow, I have never had to make eye contact with so many guests simultaneously at one time. We've got Jennifer de Ranieri, and that's the Galveston Market, right?
Galveston Island Market. Yes.
Galveston Island Market. Makia Golladay, and you're with?
I'm DJ Cajun Spice and Palm Tree Princess Productions.
Okay, somebody else in the production side. And Candy Hattingh.
I'm with Vision Galveston and Mortar Galveston 15-week Entrepreneurship Academy.
So we've got about 15 minutes or so. Speaking of 15-week Mortar Academy, that's where we're going to drift in on this, right? Candy has so many things that she does that I can't keep track. Okay, Candy, you all, among the many things you do with Vision Galveston is that you do Mortar. Can we just start with what Mortar is? And then we're going to tie the two of you in to see how it impacted you, your life, your business, etc. Okay.
Sure. And so Vision Galveston's initiatives include Incubate Galveston, which is about creating entrepreneurship programming that is accessible for all. Mortar Galveston came from Cincinnati. We went to Cincinnati on a learning journey and saw this incredible program that was happening in Cincinnati. They were thinking about expanding to Houston, and we said, absolutely not Houston. We will come to Galveston because this is the home of Juneteenth and we need a program like that here. Alan Woods is the founder. And so Alan was going into restaurants in Cincinnati in areas where the woman who could cook the best was the one in the back cooking someone else's recipes. And so he decided that there needed to be an entrepreneurship programming that helped break down what the steps of creating a business would look like for people who had never had that information before, never had that training before.
So important.
Yeah. He created this program with his team and then started expanding it because like Cincinnati, we've got a lot of areas all throughout this nation that require support like that. Entrepreneurship is the backbone of the American economy system.
It is. It's also, I'm guessing the implication is it's also a way to climb out of one position into another, into a position of ownership
Absolutely.
with whatever that is. You started up down here in Galveston then?
Yeah, so they came to Galveston to see if we would be a good fit and loved us. And so we started. And so we have now completed our third cohort and we have 26 graduated alumni.
And so, Jennifer and Makia, you are graduates of the Mortar Academy.
Yes.
Am I calling it the right thing? Jennifer, what did you think when you were first presented with this idea? And what were you doing when you first heard about the Academy?
I can't even remember. I think I just saw it online and I applied, and it was a great experience. I learned a lot. And whenever I first went in, I had an idea, and throughout the course, it just changed. Everything just changed, and it became like this program. And that's where I created Galveston Island Market Mini Makers.
Had you an entrepreneurial bent before?
Oh, yeah, I had Muffin Tops Catering.
Okay, so you had been self-employed.
Yeah, since, 2018.
Did you ever think about that you were going to be able to make the quantum jump in size that you have with Galveston Island Market?
No, not at all.
I mean, you were talking, as we had our first podcast, some of the numbers. Impressive.
Yeah.
Makia, how about you? Where were you in life when you saw about this?
When I found out about Mortar, one of my old coworkers / friends, she brought it to my attention.
Yeah.
And she was like, I know that, yes, you work 9 to 5, but you're a true entrepreneur and hustler at heart. And I think you should apply for this program. And at the time, I had just started working in a new position in my current place of employment. And I wanted to take a chance on myself because when you bet on yourself, you can never lose. So I took that chance and applied, and gratefully, I was able to be a part of the first cohort.
First one. And you call it the academy, but it's a cohort?
Yeah, so each group is a cohort. So a cohort, by definition, is to share a common characteristic.
Okay.
And in this case, it's about people who are entrepreneurs who want to be in a space of vulnerability and power and with each other. So I think we started using the word cohort because it just made more sense.
Yeah.
Because they're not students, they're participants. Because there is a level of, even our teachers are facilitators, they're not teachers.
Now, when you showed up for this, were you surprised? Was it what you expected? Was it a little scary? I don't think you're easily frightened, okay? So I'm guessing.
I'll say it was like a half and half.
Yeah.
Candy did a great job explaining what the program would entail in our interview. And also, I'm a researcher. I don't like to just jump in and say yes to things. So before I even applied, even though I knew the deadline was very close, I was like, hey, let me see if there's something that, I want to do and I can't commit myself to. And yeah, it was just amazing from start to finish. When I got in there, I realized, okay, this is bigger than, I thought it was grand anyway, but I was like, it's going to be bigger because I had to commit to myself first before I committed to the curriculum.
Wow. I mean, I'm just thinking to myself, I wish at the beginning of my freelance career many years ago that I would have had something like this too.
And we take people at different levels too. So I think that's the one thing about this academy is that we've had people who are maybe ideating, who are thinking about an idea. And then we have people who are within other programs like Jennifer, who was doing Galveston Island Market, but wanted something else. And she had this idea. And so she was able to break that down into all the framework that needed to make that a success through this program. Same thing with Makia. And all the principles that you learn within this program about yourself too, I think it's the biggest part. We always say it's not just about the work, but it's also about the work. And so pointing to your head that entrepreneurship is a scary, lonely place, right?
It is.
And so a lot of
syndrome.
Jennifer said, pretty lonely sometimes.
We talk about imposter syndrome and the people who are facilitating at this juncture, we've had now 3 cohorts. So we have people who have been through the academy themselves, who are working entrepreneurs, who often have 9-to-5s as well. And so they come from a place of knowing and supporting and encouraging each other. And so it becomes more than just what you learn there. It's about the connections that are made, the opportunities that come out of that, the ability to step into the work with confidence or a little more confidence, or at least knowing I don't know everything and I can know where to find it.
Jennifer, since you had been doing entrepreneurial things before, did you feel like you no longer had to make your decisions in a vacuum?
No, I still feel like, even though I have all the education for more, I still feel like I don't know which way to go. Yeah. That's just my personality. I'm always unsure of everything.
I think, boy, let me just get philosophic for a second. I think that entrepreneurs many times are driven by anxiety.
Yeah.
And I think that, and this is, boy, listeners, I'm sorry, this is a personal philosophy. This is not backed by any kind of studies, by anything, but I think that a proper dose of anxiety can be a great motivator.
Actually, I'll tell you that in some of the economic development stuff with entrepreneurial programming, they are adding a lot of mental health components to it. So I don't think you're off track on that a lot. And I think just from seeing the people that we've had through our program, I think entrepreneurs, it is a fearful thing. You have to take a leap of faith sometimes, and that can cause anxiety in people.
And you need to be driven. Sometimes you're right to double check everything. Or to think this could happen because it might.
I've come to realize in the program that I was afraid of money.
Yes.
No joke. I'm afraid of money.
We had talked about possibly being afraid of not just failure, but success as well. And so that is a whole difference.
I am paying myself now.
Woo! She's paying her.
All right. You're taking money out of it?
So now not just a side hustle. It's actually a business, right? There we go.
I was going to ask about that. Makia, yours is still a side hustle, right?
More or less, because I guess we can define it as a side hustle since I don't fully commit to that.
Since you have a job.
But, yeah.
Tell me what you do. Tell me what your side hustle is and how you're developing it then.
Basically, I have DJ Cajun Spice. I started as a DJ at 11 years old with my family business, DJs R Us. My dad has been a DJ since he was 16.
Really?
And he's 51. So I started with that. When I graduated from Texas State University in 2020, I was like, Dad, no offense, but I want to make this my own thing. And he didn't get offended because...
Instead of being the daughter that tagged along?
Yeah, he understands. So I started DJ Cajun Spice as my full brand. So that's what I do primarily when I'm not working. And then my 9-to-5 job. And then outside of that, I have Palm Tree Princess Productions, which I just focus on culturally competent events and just feel good things that tie in music and my birth here in Galveston.
So that's like event production.
Yes, and I have an event called Hustle Hour. That's a monthly networking event that was birthed out of Mortar with Candy and one of our past facilitators, Miss Rajon, with the water tree.
It's a great event.
And that's the one thing I think with Makia, and listeners can't see that she's very young, but she is very driven in this space. And so her idea for Hustle Hour was just to create a networking space that was free, that didn't require membership, and created safe spaces for people of every walk of life to come and share what their business is and support each other.
Truly, my head is spinning from person to person here as I see the things that were given the genesis in Mortar that have come from this, like your meetup that you're doing. And you're taking your market to a whole other level. You said your parents were supportive. Your dad was supportive.
Very.
Since he was in the business. Also gave you a leg that you probably had access to equipment to start with.
I'm very blessed. When I started, my first equipment came from my dad. When I graduated, he gave me my first DJ controller. My mom drove me around. She still drives me. If she knows parking is going to be difficult and I'm in Houston, she drives me around. Oh, and I just quick shameless plug. I wanted to mention that November will make a year that Hustle Hour has been.
That is November 2nd. Yeah.
Listen, we're going to get all the links from all of you.
Yeah.
And listeners, if you'll scroll through the description of this podcast, everybody will have stuff there.
And I will say this too, Jim, if you don't mind, that Mortar Academy is a sponsored event. So Vision Galveston really does try to make sure that these programs are accessible and there's no obstacle for cost or anything like that. So Amico Federal Credit Union has come in and sponsored now. This will be the third cohort that they sponsor once we start in January. Applications are open on our websites right now. And we'll be making a big announcement about something in October. So I can't, maybe I can, when you're airing this.
We'll air it before the announcement, probably. So what we'll do is we will do another one.
Okay.
We will do an announcement. Matter of fact, if all three of you would be willing to join me, we'll do a public announcement of whatever this great event is.
Okay.
Candy, you seem to know how to go into the community, and particularly the industrial community, or the business community, and tap some of this funding and partnerships and all that stuff.
I work as a team, and that's the one good thing. Vision Galveston, we have an incredible team. And so Christine Bryant heads us, and she's an economic developer by trade and by heart, really. And so she understands the building blocks that it takes. And I'm learning a lot here, and I think co-creating is really what we do with our community. Is how do we create better spaces for everybody, right? How do we make Galveston the best place to live, work, and raise a family?
And develop your own business or place in the...
Yeah, part of that is, part of it is I've worked in a lot of different spaces in this community, and I feel like the system sometimes is the biggest monster. And so if we can create equal and equitable spaces, it's more beneficial to all of us.
We've got a minute or two to wrap up here. We're going to make this about 15 minutes or 10 or 15 minutes or so. So I want to hear from Jennifer. What's coming next?
Oh, man. We just hosted our first Galveston Island Market Mini Makers class. So that's what's been going on. That went really well. We have 3 students, so a little less than anticipated, but it's definitely like a learning.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. And then Marmo's in there helping us with the facilitate the class and stuff. So right now, it's what we're focusing on is the basically kids that want to make their own businesses and stuff.
It's nice to have more Marmo as a space.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Access to.
And we have them in the bank vault. It's kind of funny when their parents walk them in. They're like, we put them in a vault. I'm like, yeah, check it out. It's okay. I promise.
What's next?
What's next for me is just more events to better our community. I've actually been holding on to this for a while, but I want to have a conference called the Bosses, Achievers, and Dreamers Conference, just where we can highlight more entrepreneurs like Hustle Hour already does, but just reach more people and have more conversation and bring the little ones along too, And I might need to talk to my friend
Jennifer,
about that because I'm just proud of what she's doing with her mini makers and just her market, period. So
You have a knack for branding and naming.
that's what I like to do.
You really do.
She is more known as DJ Cajun Spice sometimes than Makia Golladay, which is fun. It's fun to see because everyone's, oh, that's DJ Cajun Spice. I'm like,
I
that's
literally
Makia.
was at a funeral and this lady said, oh, that's the DJ. You come sit with us. And I never have seen her a day before in my life. And I was like, hey, I'll come sit with you then.
But branding is a big deal. So
Yeah, no, and you all are doing
she
it.
is her brand.
Wow. Jennifer De Ranieri, Makia Golladay, and Candy Hattingh. Scroll on down in the description of this podcast because we'll put all the contact stuff there. And then, when you have these folks with social media or website or whatever it happens to be, visit that periodically or follow it because they've all got stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
Thank
Thank
you all
you.
very much for joining us today.
Thanks, Jim.
This has
Thank
been
you.
the Jim Bratton Podcast. Thank
Thanks,
you guys
Jim.
very much.
That was awesome.
This has been Jim Bratton Podcast. We hope you have enjoyed, been inspired, informed, angered, or otherwise emotionally stimulated. This is your booth announcer, Sierra Sakel.